legendary player Sheryl Swoopes stars in Raising Goats teaser that debuts today. Let's just go over here. We're going to watch this. Look, I may be a little rusty on WNBA history, but wasn't Cynthia Cooper just an absolute hoss?
The WNBA has officially kicked off its 30th anniversary campaign, complete with retro merch, polished promos, and high-profile celebrity features, marking a moment where the league is finally gaining real traction. But at the heart of this celebration stands Sheryl Swoopes, the very same figure who spent much of the 2024 season openly criticizing the player many believe played a key role in pulling the league back into relevance.
In 30 years, the best part is we aren't done. 30th season starts May 8th.
Not all kids become goats.
Are you kidding me?
Because goats aren't just born, they're raised. We teach them to stay hungry.
Right through the chest.
Get loud. Build others up, even if it means knocking them down.
Took her breath away.
To stay confident and stay humble. Sometimes.
Watch that promo again and really take in the irony. Sheryl Swoopes stands there telling the next generation, we teach them to uplift others, while addressing a group of young players. Yet this is the same figure who throughout the 2024 season was widely criticized for comments about Caitlin Clark, questioning her college accomplishments and downplaying her influence on the game. The contradiction is hard to ignore. What makes it even more puzzling is that the WNBA had no shortage of alternatives, iconic names who genuinely reflect the message they're trying to send, players whose actions consistently align with the values of respect, support, and growth they're promoting.
Some of last season, until all of a sudden you could tell, oh, I'm trying to go back in the other direction. Didn't she get removed off of a podcast? Question mark? Wow. WNBA celebrates 30th anniversary season with image spots, retrospect.
Let's add some context here. The WNBA had operated at a financial loss for nearly 3 decades, not speculation but a widely reported reality, sustained largely through support from the NBA. Then in April 2024 Caitlin Clark arrived and the landscape shifted almost overnight. Attendance surged, TV ratings spiked dramatically, and teams like the Indiana Fever went from partially filled arenas to consistent sellouts. By October 2024 the league landed a massive $22 billion media rights deal, something that would have seemed out of reach just a year prior.
Now, I don't want Swoopes near these fine little goats. Swoopsy, the liar. Nobody cares about the WNBA, but Swoopes is not the GOAT. It's a decision to bring a generational hater as toxic as Swoopes to kick off the season. She sucks as a person. I'm going to keep it real.
The fan reaction was swift and unrelenting. The moment the promotional video dropped, social media erupted with criticism. Comments like, I don't want Swoopes near these future stars, why not Caitlin Clark, flooded the WNBA's official channels. One user highlighted that Cynthia Cooper earned Finals MVP on all 4 Houston Comets championships, while Swoopes never died. An observation that underscores the decision as politically motivated rather than merit-based. But the league seems to be missing the bigger picture. This controversy isn't just about a single promotional video. Everybody
else in the league, still all the petty and the jealousy still running around. The league is still on its knees for that bunch, that little minority of the fandom that, by the way, didn't get you that $2.2 billion media rights deal, but it was all the new fans that Caitlin Clark brought in that got you that. And got all these haters paid.
Look at the timeline of Sheryl Swoopes' behavior during the 2024 season. In June she falsely claimed on national TV that Caitlin Clark had played 5 years of college basketball when in reality it was 4. When corrected she doubled down instead of admitting the mistake. By July she dismissed Clark's rookie scoring records, claiming the three-point line made it easier, conveniently ignoring that every player faced the same conditions. In August Swoopes praised Angel Reese's rebounding while minimizing Clark's assist achievements, despite Clark leading the league with 84 assists per game. This wasn't casual commentary, it was a deliberate, sustained campaign undermining the league's brightest.
Cynthia Cooper was a Finals MVP on all 4 Comets championship teams. Swoopes never was. Way to kill your marketing before the season even starts. as soon as I saw hating ass Swoopes. Slam the door. Slam the door. Shut. Why is there 30 Caitlyn?
And the fallout was tangible. Reports indicate that Sheryl Swoopes was removed from her podcast role after the backlash became impossible to ignore. Her credibility as an analyst suffered a major blow, and even casual WNBA fans began questioning her motives. Yet despite all this, the league chose to make her the centerpiece of their anniversary campaign. The signal is unmistakable. Preserving the legacy of past stars takes precedence over recognizing the players who are actually driving the leagues.
All right, look, it could have been, look, Breonna Stewart, you could have thrown her name out there. Diana Taurasi, even with all the crap she acts, still, there's at least been some positivity between her and Caitlin Clark, especially towards the end of that career. She wouldn't have been my first choice. I'd have still put, you know what? I said this before, I'll say it again. Caitlin Clark would be over all of my prop.
Now consider who the WNBA could have spotlighted instead. Breonna Stewart, a four-time champion, has always been professional and supportive of the league's growth. Diana Taurasi, despite a few missteps early in the season, ultimately respected Caitlin Clark's accomplishments and even publicly praised her later in the year. Lisa Leslie, a Hall of Famer, has consistently championed women's basketball without undermining. Current stars Sue Bird, recently retired and universally respected, actively celebrates the new generation of talent. Or here's a radical thought: put Caitlin Clark herself front and center, the very player who actually brought the audience this anniversary campaign is trying to reach.
Wow. The one person that showed an entire season and a half of pure unadulterated hatred towards your entire meal ticket is certainly a way to have gone. Not a good way either. Wow.
The promotional spot contains a line that's especially striking once you consider the context. Sheryl Swoopes says, even if it means knocking them down. While footage shows players battling physically on the court, but in Caitlin Clark's case this wasn't metaphorical. During her rookie season she endured flagrant fouls from Kennedy Carter in June, multiple hip checks from defenders, and a level of physicality that went well beyond standard basketball contact. League officials often overlooked it, letting much of it go uncalled. Now that same intensity is being used as a marketing highlight. The disconnect and lack of self-awareness is staggering.
They're about to come after Caitlin again. She played 13 games last year, and I think she averaged some kind of an incident from another player about every third or fourth game. Look at everything that J.C. Sheldon and all that, Marina Maber, all that crap, Angel Reese. She only played 13 games, and all of that happened. Sheryl Swoopes. Okay. Tell me what you think, black and white sports supporters. The fuck? Really?
This decision could seriously hurt the WNBA's future, and here's why. The league just came off a historic year. In 2024 attendance didn't just rise, it surged by 48% compared to 2023. The Indiana Fever alone brought in over 625,000 fans for home games, more than double their previous season. TV ratings followed the same trend, with average viewership jumping to 119 million, up from just 462,000 a year before. These aren't small gains, these are game-changing numbers that completely shifted the league's trajectory. And let's be honest, the majority of that growth came because of Caitlin Clark. These weren't longtime WNBA fans suddenly tuning in, they were college basketball fans who followed her journey from Iowa to Indiana, casual sports viewers curious about the hype, and families who finally saw a star they could connect with and decided women's basketball was worth their time. Now those same fans are watching the league celebrate its milestone by promoting someone who spent months criticizing them very player they came to see. That's not just a marketing mistake, it risks pushing away the exact audience driving the league's growth. Just look at the reaction. Online comments like, "Great way to kill your momentum before the season even starts," aren't coming from haters. Theory coming from disappointed fans who expected better. The WNBA had a clear choice: embrace the reality that Caitlin Clark changed everything and build around that momentum, or protect the old guard and act like nothing has Change. They chose the second option, and that decision could come at a cost, because here's what's coming next. The 2025 season tips off on May 8th, and Caitlin Clark will once again be the league's biggest attraction. She'll fill arenas, drive ratings, and dominate social media, but every time the league posts about her, this decision will follow. Fans will remember, the same league that made that choice. Why support a league that doesn't value its biggest star? The damage is already done. The league has revealed its priorities, and the fans who truly matter, the ones buying tickets, watching games, and investing their time, are paying attention. So now the real question isn't whether this was a mistake, it's whether the WNBA will learn from it before making the next one. Let me ask you this. If you were running the WNBA's marketing, who would you choose to represent the 30th anniversary? And more importantly, does this decision change whether you'll watch next season? Because the league is betting people will forget by May. I'm not so sure they will.